I've got to go and have a look at the old fuel. Way, look at the old fuel gauge on the van there, because it's got stuck. So let's have a look, see what we can find. Need to have a look in here. Get out. Oh man, you know what? I'm just going to take them all. Here we are. Now what happened was, let's have a look. You can see that. Way. What happened was, it went down. I think there's 8 bars altogether, and every Friday I fill up regardless of how much I've got in the tank. And it was 2 bars down, so 6 bars was showing. And I went and filled it up to the brim. I mean, literally to the brim. Yeah, it was coming out the tank. And I got back in and it was still the same. It still had 2 bars gone and 6 bars lit up, and I was like, well, that's not right. So, you know, but then what I noticed was, normally at about 180 miles, the first bar would go down. But at about 50 miles, it went down to 5 bars being unlit. So really, it's 2 bars behind, if you see what I'm trying to say, for some reason. I don't know what's happened. I'm wondering whether the floats got stuck inside the tank, because the mechanism of which it senses how much fuel in there is like a float that goes up and down with the fuel. As the fuel goes up, the float will go up, and as it goes down, it goes down, and that's what tells it to register on there. Either that, it's got stuck, or the sender unit, well, that's attached to is faulty. But the thing is, as far as I know, most anyway, I know for sure, but most, the float and all the sender units attached to the fuel pump inside the tank. So if your fuel gauge goes wrong, then you have to get a whole new pump, which is like usually a couple of £100. But what I am wondering is, because these dials are all computer operated, right? So I'm going to try and reset them. So if you unplug them for 10 minutes and plug them back in, they should reset. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to disconnect the battery, I'm going to unplug the dial, unplug these clocks for 10 minutes. So now I suppose I've got to take all this off, haven't I? With it being French, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it off now to save me old battery power. But with this being French, there we go. That's what happens when you buy a French thing. Now, where have I got? Aha! There'll be one there, and there'll be one there. Lovely jubbly. Hopefully, these look like they're on a little hinge. So if I undo those screws, they should just flap up, and then I should be able to disconnect them, and we should be away. So let's have a look, shall we? There we go. These screws are out there, my buddies. That's well scratched, and the people that had this van before me are idiots. Right. Fold it up. That's as far as it goes. There's Mr. Plug. So, I'm just going to unplug it for 10 minutes. Now, for you lot, it's going to be like a millisecond jump cut, but for me, it's going to be 10 minutes. I might even do 15 minutes just for good measure, to be honest with you. Who knows? Anyway, let's have a look at it, shall we? Well, I've only just taken it off, so that millisecond that you jump cutted for will not be the one you're waiting for. But what I noticed was, I had to prise this off its hinge, because what happened was someone has obviously been in here before, as in many cases. I didn't expect it much on this van, because it's only like, what, how old is it? Oh, it's 5 years old now. 5 years old, this van. But it's pretty much untouched, you know. But someone's been in here before, obviously, and they've snapped off this little clip here. So it's nearly impossible. I had to get the screwdriver in there and push down on that in order to release it. If you disconnect these for 10 minutes, it resets them. So that's what I'm banking on right now. It's going to reset, I hope. If I just leave it off for 10 minutes. While I'm here though, I haven't done any research on this yet, but might as well ask some of you knowledgeable lot. When I press on the button on the stalk here to get to the trip computer, you know, that tells you how many miles you've got left, all this rubbish, it doesn't have the message. Is that in here, in this computer, or is it something that's on something else that you can't add in? If anyone knows, let me know, because I'd like to get it added if possible. Now I'm just going to wait for 10 minutes. No, we'll wait for 15 minutes. Yeah, sorry, 15 minutes we'll wait for. Well, it's been about, well, nearly 15 now. It was about 13 minutes when I got back in the van. I gave it a little wipe over in there, but what we're going to do now, I'm going to hook up the clocks and just plug them in and then turn it on and see what happens. And I don't know, man, I'm not going to hold out much hope, to be honest with you. I personally think it's a problem with the fuel sender. Or the float, possibly a bit. I don't know how it can be, maybe stuck or something, I don't know. It won't be stuck really, unless it's stuck a bit and it moves a bit, which registers. But there's definitely something wrong somewhere. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I ain't holding that much hope with this. But, we'll see. Hopefully they do reset when you unplug them. I've never tried it before. You know, with these particular Renault dials. Some cars do, some cars don't. Let's plug them in then. Well, they made a funny noise when I plugged them in, and I haven't turned the old ignition on yet, so fingers crossed. I mean, they made a funny noise, so fingers crossed they'll... Aha! Check it out, dude! We're back up and running! I've lost my mileage on the old mileometer thing now. But we're back up and running again, look. That's where it should be for about the mileage of what I've done. Alright, well, I'm well happy now. I've lost my mileage down there, but it was on about 200, what was it on? I can't remember now, I'll have to look back on the video. 250 I think, wasn't it? Or something? I'll have to look back on the video and find out. You lot will know, because you've just watched it. I've lost that. But that's where it should be. Yeah? For the, for about 200 miles. One little bar should have gone down for about 200 miles. That's where it should be. Oh well, I'm well happy now. That's that fixed. Now I'll put the rest of it together. And I've just taken delivery of 2 items, one of which you're going to see an unboxing video of, and another one will be on Rusty Vlogs. I'm well happy now, my friends. Oh yes, it's a good old day. There we go. All back together. Nice and neat. All cleaned up as well. And we're still running on nearly 4. Sweet as a nut, my friends. Sweet as a nut. I'm going to go fill up on my way to work tonight. And then I know I'll have a full tank. Lovely. Oh well, let's go make an unboxing video.